JJ, during this crazy time, how should we eat? This is JJ Virgin, four-time New York Times bestselling author, celebrity nutrition expert, and fitness Hall of Famer. I've been on a lifelong quest for answers to the toughest health questions. And now I'm sharing what I found with you. Welcome to Ask the Health Expert. Susie Santos from Facebook asks, JJ, during this crazy time, how should we eat? I'm living a sedentary lifestyle. I have Hashimoto's and I'm trying to armor myself against coronavirus. I'm going to drink your smoothie for one meal. What should I eat as another meal? This is a great question, not just for during the pandemic, but all the time. In fact, probably one of the biggest questions I get is, what should I eat? And what, how, and when all fall together. So I'll be right back to answer that question. All right, Susie, let's start out because we're going to talk about what to eat, when to eat. And you said, how should we eat? I'm going to actually start with how, and then we'll go to the what and the when. How? Sit down. I think one of the great things that's going on right now, and I'm always looking for what are the silver linings amongst all of this going on. And one of the silver linings is we're home, we're cooking, and we're actually sitting down and having meals with family. So the how is sit down. Focus on your food. Be mindful. Put your fork down in between bites. Chew a lot. Okay, so be grateful and appreciate what you have. All right, so that's the how. Now let's talk about the what should you have as this other meal? Because that was what should I eat as another meal? If you've read either the Virgin Diet or the Sugar Impact Diet, or hopefully both, you know that I teach you to eat by the plate. And the plate has clean, lean protein, and that is things like wild fish, grass-fed beef, pastured pork and chicken, and protein powders, and then healthy fats, avocado, and healthy oils and raw nuts and seeds, and then fiber from slow, low carbs, a little bit, and lots of non-starchy vegetables. So that's the plate. And the reason being is that protein and fiber slow down stomach emptying, keep ghrelin suppressed so you feel fuller longer, and fat triggers the release of some chemicals in the small intestine to tell your brain you are full. And they all work together, especially the fiber, to help keep your blood sugar stable, not going up too fast and down too fast, just nice, steady, slow release. This is an excellent time to make sure you're eating by that plate. I'm going to talk about some great immune boosting foods you'll want to include on that plate, but also to intermittent fast. And just, you kind of hinted at it saying, I'm going to have your smoothie for one meal, and make sure with the smoothie you're using one of my clean protein powders, either the plant-based or the paleo-inspired. And along with the protein powder, you're going to put in there like little avocado for healthy fat, maybe some berries or a green banana for your slow, low carbs with lots of plant nutrients. You could even throw in some spinach, kale, some deep green leafies with it. And I always add in a little extra fiber too. And then a nut milk. And I really love coconut milk here for the MCTs and the antiviral effect. So the other meal, because if you're doing intermittent fasting, you're going to eat a brunchy, like late breakfast brunch, and then you'll eat an early dinner and try to have that within 8 hours. That's the when. So that you stop eating 3 to 4 hours before bed. Super important. You don't want to go to bed full. That can mess up your growth hormone release during the night and also can trigger some heartburn. So let's talk about some of the things I'd love to see on your plate during this time, because I'm assuming we are going to want to be immune strong forever, actually, but now more than ever. And so we're looking at foods that are rich in vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin D, omega-3s, antioxidants, zinc, magnesium, selenium, quercetin, and potentially are mucolytic. That means they thin the mucus and help it flow. Those are things we're looking for in food. Because while food can be delicious, its first job is to nourish and heal. So here's some things I'd love to see on your plate. Wild fish, of course, amazing. And shout out to Vital Choice. That's where I get mine. So wild fish is great. And also those omega-3s you're going to get from there. So you get clean healing protein, healing for your gut. And you'll also get the omega-3s from that. And you'll also get something called astaxanthin, That's what makes the fish pink. It's an antioxidant. Other things I'd love to see here are nuts, because they are rich in magnesium and selenium and zinc. So throw in some raw nuts. One of the things I love to do is have some blueberries, dark chocolates, and dark chocolate and raw nuts, like dark chocolate chips. I do the sugar-free ones, no sugar added, and then little stevia, and then some walnuts. Yum. Green tea. Green tea is one I love to drink. In fact, I've got some right by me as I'm recording because it's antimicrobial, and it's also can feed the good bacteria in your gut. Cayenne is mucolytic, so you can add that into what you're eating. Of course, deep green leafies, and especially shout out to broccoli that has both glutathione, a major antioxidant that recycles all the other ones. It's known as the master antioxidant, and sulforaphane. Also, shout out to avocado, another rich source of glutathione. Coconut, I love because it's antiviral and it's got those energizing MCT fats that are easy to burn. Garlic is another antiviral, antifungal, antibacterial, and ginger, anti inflammatory. All the deep green leafies, again, I said that. And bone broth. And that's where I use my bone broth shake because I'm getting the bone broth and collagen that help really keep the gut healed. And then I love red peppers and red onions and apples and citrus fruit. I'm looking at places where I can get vitamin C and quercetin. And mushrooms are pretty interesting. There's a lot of great compounds in mushrooms, but if they're UV exposed, you're also getting the vitamin D. Of course, you can get the vitamin D and vitamin A from fish as well. So those are some of the things that I am looking at to build my plate with too. So I love the idea right now. It's a great time to add in some intermittent fasting, which is good for your immune system, can trigger your body to make new stem cells. So great time for that, and great time to get in the kitchen and use as many immune supporting, immune strong foods as possible. This is JJ with Ask the Health Expert. I do this 5 times a week, so make sure you never miss a show by going to subscribetojj.com.